Would you love to not have that brain fog or those energy slumps in the middle of the day? Or do you often find you're overwhelmed by just the amount of work you do, even the things that you enjoy doing, you just find you kind of can't show up fully present because you're exhausted? Or frankly, you would just love to wake up in the morning feeling energized and inspired that you have these big ideas that you can just happily bring to light with direction and clarity and confidence? Well, I totally get you. And frankly, I have now coached hundreds of young leaders, and I have seen that there's one core differentiator between those who thrive and create sustainably impactful businesses and careers versus those who feel unfulfilled a lot, are often very burnt out and drained, and frankly, very unmotivated. So in today's video, I'm going to share with you the number one mistake that I find that young leaders are making that's holding you back from actually feeling that energized state and motivation that will get you to just make that impact you deeply desire, and my 5 secret hacks. Let's be real, I get asked all the time, Alexia, how are you so energized all the time? How do you often have such sustainable energy? And here, I'm dishing out my secret. So if you're ready to feel motivated, buzzing with energy, and just when you are having those slumps, know how to quickly get yourself out of it, well, then I've got you, and keep on watching. All right, so the number one mistake that I find young leaders making all the time is that they believe that if they hustle harder, think about it more, then they'll solve this problem that they're struggling with, and then ultimately be able to relax. It's just as if there's this one goal we're trying to achieve, and once we get there, then we reach this plateau mountain moment and just finally go into recovery mode. And frankly, that couldn't be farther from the truth, because in reality, as a high-performing leader, as a leader who really wants to make an impact, there's always that next thing. There's always that next thing that we're striving for. So instead, I really want you to support yourself to awaken the innovator in you, to make this fun, to appreciate your journey of leadership and appreciate the beauty of your career and your life and find it fulfilling. And so to do that, what I have found is essential is to get out of our minds. We spend so much time, and honestly, the difference also with leaders who really shine and come up with very innovative, big ideas in their careers and their lives and creating businesses is people that know that if they come out of their minds and come back to one of their greatest energy sources, which is their bodies, that's where so much wisdom lives. So when you're really drained, what I have found is the game changer is you have to change your perspective. You have to do something different, because obviously what you're doing by staring at the screen longer isn't working, right? It's depleting you, it's exhausting you, and it's a signal from your body that something isn't working. So let's shift it a bit and let's have fun with it. So here we're gonna dive right in. All right, so the first tip I'm gonna share with you is to pull out your calendar right now and to schedule a weekly date with yourself. No joke, if I'm already hearing the excuses pop up where you're going, but Alexia, I don't have space in my calendar, that's why I'm exhausted. Well, check in my description box below, because I have my free guide where I give you the step-by-step process on how you can actually create space in your schedule for things like this. So this is so impactful and so energizing when you do these dates with yourself, because we spend so much time in autopilot or in the busyness spiral or constantly just meeting our routines and just the mundane aspects of life. And it's so important to really take time, make it a prioritized thing that we do, where we actually have this time to reawaken the innovator within us, to spend time connecting to our bodies, and even just spending some time in solitude is so important. So what is key about this is in this date with yourself, you're gonna do something different, something that changes your perspective, right? So something that is out of your comfort zone. So for example, if you're someone who's an engineer or a data scientist or someone who spends a lot of time analytically thinking on a computer, then do something artistic. Take yourself to the MoMA, go to a museum, go maybe take a painting class. It's really a time for you to think outside the box and really reinvigorate this part of yourself that often is so underappreciated. My second tip is to get crafty with it. And no joke, this is when I bring out the play. And what I mean here is no joke for me, like when I'm sitting there staring at my computer, trying to respond to the same email, trying to create the same piece of content, and I'm just exhausted, depleted, and just not into it, rather than just continue typing away and pushing myself to just like work through it, I actually pull out my Post-it notes, pull out my paper and pens, even go to a whiteboard and mind map it out. But I just ask myself, how can I think differently about it? How can I make this more fun? fun, because I know that if I make it fun, then I bring a different energy into my work, and it's that energy that makes my work so much more impactful and so much more engaging and interesting. So I totally recommend that if you're ever in these moments, I'm not even kidding, if you're literally just trying to map out a sales email, literally pull out the paper and pen and write out the steps of it, like really think about how you can do it in a different way, because our thought patterns also function differently when we're writing than when we're typing. So have fun with it, play with it, and I don't know, for me, it really brings out that inner spirit, that inner enthusiasm. So try it out. The third tip is to move your body. No joke, we hold so much in our bodies, and our bodies, like as I said earlier, is such a key way for us to tap into our power. So stand up, go for a walk, enjoy some fresh air, maybe put your feet into some grass, or just really, maybe go dance if you can. Maybe you're working from home, you can go dance and put on a good song that you love. Or honestly, I've even done it in the bathroom at conferences, where I've just gone to the bathroom and just needed to kind of reset myself, because I was so just energetically felt tied to so many people and had been, having a long day. So I go to the bathroom, put on a good pump up song, and just give myself the space to kind of bop my head or move my body, roll it around. And it makes a world of difference. All of a sudden the idea would become so clear. I'd know exactly how to solve that problem. Or honestly, another big thing is you can go and see if you can do a midday workout. Some, if you're working at a tech company or a company with flexible hours and understands this, I've even mapped out my schedule when I was working in tech, where I would get in earlier, but know that then I would be very diligent about my schedule, so I could go during that specific lunchtime hour to a specific workout class that would get me done in exactly an hour. And that was also a huge game changer, and I would watch the way that would really help make my afternoons so much more energizing. So test it out, but the real intention is just to stop thinking and move your body instead. The fourth tip is to create space for solitude. So no joke, in our world today, we live with a lot of noise, a lot of stimulation, and it's been talked about a lot by top thought leaders that solitude is just a thing of the past. People now have to be very intentional, because nowadays we have this delightful thing called our constant companion of a phone, where at any moment, even when we go to the bathroom, we're walking and waiting in line at the bathroom, we can be on our phones scrolling. So it's really important that we make an intentional space when we're needing to re-energize ourselves for solitude. So some ways you can do this is, if you're at the office and you need that space, I used to go sit in the phone booth at our office, or you can go, some offices now have these, restrooms, or not like a bathroom, but like a lounge room or a nap room, I think they call them. Or honestly, if I'm working from home, I do this all the time, is I actually put an eye mask on my face, and I have it so, where I'm laying down, there's no noise, there's no phone nearby. It's really my space for just 20 minutes where I go into complete solitude and nap, or just lay there. And it's amazing to witness. Honestly, I can say that most of my afternoons or my evenings where I've had to, have that sustainable long energy because I had a long night ahead, I can think because I've done this specific nap technique. And so the key thing here is to just put the phone away, put all tech away, and to really create this space and this bubble for yourself to just be with you, with no noise, with no sensory stimulation, and just appreciate how good it feels to just reset. The fifth tip I'm going to share with you is to give your gut some love. And frankly, I've had my fair share of gut issues, and you've probably heard me talk about it before, but my gut issues used to make me feel kind of a very sporadic sense of energy. I'd feel tired and wired a lot, and so then I'd go for that next cup of coffee or go for a quick snack, because I'd be so hungry all of a sudden, but then I'd go for that quick bar or that quick, just that quick fix in the office, right? That quick snack that would be on hand. But then I would feel, okay, maybe energized for a moment, and then very quickly go into a deeper energy slump. And so here's what we really need to think about here. Most of our serotonin is produced in our gut. So it's really essential that we supply and nourish ourselves with energy-rich food. So what do I always do now is I always have on hand, whether I'm traveling, at work, at home, these foods that will really support my microbiome. So I always have fresh fruits and veg. I love probiotic-rich foods. So fermented vegetables like kimchi and sauerkraut are always in my refrigerator and come with me me to work often. And it's just really starting to set the intention of not letting ourselves go for those quick fixes and really seeing it that what we put into our bodies and digest really plays a huge role. And what I really want you to see here is while you can incorporate these specific tips and ways into your life to create quick boosts of energy, the real power is the way they will sustainably and long-term affect your energy levels. Because by setting the intention for making space for a date night with yourself, or by creating more time for solitude, or by really paying attention to your microbiome, you're really gonna start to feel differently because you're gonna reconnect with your body instead of spending all the time up in the mind. And if you're someone who actually really wants to wake up in your morning and feel more energized and have that support and feeling motivated, then check out my free morning ritual guide. It's for quick, for people that want a quick ritual that they can do every morning that really sets the stage for your day and really empowers you to know exactly where your energy is going to be put in that day. So highly recommend checking out. It's a game changer. And if you really enjoyed these fun ways I've showed you how to re-energize yourself, then hit the subscribe button and hit the notification bell, because my next video, I'm gonna share with you a very powerful way where you can actually time batch and time block your schedule, so that way you can get way more done in a much more fun, spacious, and really kind of meaningful way. And I'm literally gonna walk you through exactly how I do it and how I've literally outlined for many clients. And it's just gonna make you feel so much more energized, because instead of constantly switching between tasks or trying to think and strategize your day every day, you're really gonna have this clear success system that supports you and really just rocking it. And this channel is for you, so I want to make this as impactful as possible. So if there's anything that you're struggling with or would love me to create content on related to leadership, lifestyle design, microbiome, gut love, connecting to your body, anything of the sort, or entrepreneurship, business, then please leave a comment below, because I'll happily use that as, ammo to create a really impactful video just for you. I hope you enjoyed this video, and as always, I hope you have a fierce day and feel empowered to take action, because you, my friend, matter.